Hi everyone, my name is Jaspreet Singh. In this video, I'm going to show you how a real-world MFA fatigue attack works in Microsoft Entra ID and how attackers can bypass multi-factor authentication using push notification spam. This is a part of the F11 Evidence-Driven Lab series where I test identity security controls in a controlled hybrid environment. Most organizations believe that enabling MFA is enough to protect user account. But what if I told you that MFA can be bypassed without breaking it? In this lab, we simulate an MFA fatigue attack where repeated push notifications are sent to a user until they eventually approve one. And once that happens, the attacker gets full access. Let's walk through how this actually works. An MFA fatigue attack, also known as a push spam attack, relies on user behavior rather than technical vulnerabilities. The attacker repeatedly attempts to log in using valid credentials. Each attempt triggers an MFA push notification on the user's device. Over time, the user may get annoyed, confused, or assumed it's legitimate and approve the request. That single approval is enough to grant access. For this lab, I used a hybrid identity environment with Microsoft Entra ID and Azure AD Connect. MFA was configured using Microsoft Authenticator with push notifications. Importantly, number matching was not enforced, which reflects many real-world environments. We use a standard test user account to simulate the attack. The attack starts with a login attempt using the user's credential. This triggers an MFA prompt on the user's phone. Instead of waiting, the attacker repeat the login process multiple times using different scenarios or browsers. Each attempt sends MFA push notification. Very quickly, the user receives multiple prompts within a short time frame. This creates confusion, increases the chance of approval. At this stage, the attack depends entirely on user behavior. The user may think it's a system glitch or assume the request is legitimate. Eventually, they approve one of the MFA prompts, and that's all the attacker needs. No exploit, no bypass, just human behavior. Once the user approves a single MFA request, the authentication is completed. The attacker now has access to the account. From the system's perspective, everything looks legitimate. MFA was satisfied, access is granted. When we check the Microsoft Entra sign-in logs, we see that MFA is marked as successfully completed. There are no clear indicators that this was a malicious approval. This highlights a key limitation. Let me walk you through the Microsoft 365 Entra ID sign-in logs dashboard where I can show you the same simulation when I try to do it from on the test lab. This is how it looks in real world. As you can see, these are the couple of MFA prompts that try to do it from a different browser. That's how the use sign-in log shows. User needs to perform multi-factor authentication, but since it was not a legitimate, so user did not approve. So this means this looks legitimate. So from the user's perspective, there is no risk and everything looks legitimate. The system trusts the user's approval even if it was triggered under suspicious conditions. This experiment shows that MFA is not a complete security solution on its own. It relies heavily on user interaction. If that interaction can be manipulated, the entire control can be bypassed. That's why modern identity security must go beyond basic MFA. From a business perspective, this type of attack can lead to serious consequences. An attacker gaining access to a user account can access emails, initiate financial transactions, or extract sensitive data. In many cases, this leads to business email compromise or internal data breaches. To mitigate this, organizations should enable number matching in Microsoft Authenticator. They should also implement risk-based conditional access policies and educate users not to approve unexpected MFA requests. These additional controls significantly reduce the effectiveness of MFA fatigue attack. This was EID Experiment 14, part of the F11 Evidence-Driven Lab series. If you want to see the full lab with evidence and screenshots, visit f11.ca. In upcoming videos, I will be covering more identity attack simulations and how to defend against them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.